I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello. Welcome to the Thursday KVJ After the Show podcast. Sorry I had to bail on everybody yesterday. It was a weird day, weird thing that happened for me. My calendar is not working. We have where people send you notifications of when you are supposed to have an appointment or a meeting, and it's supposed to then go into your calendar, and it's not syncing. So I had agreed to something thinking that it would show up in my calendar, and it did not. And so yesterday during the show, they're like, hey, we got that meeting today at 11. I'm like, I cannot make that. So I had to readjust things. So I didn't stick people, so I just know not to trust our systems because I don't know what's going on. I noticed you're having problems with your work email as well, Virginia. I think there might be some bugs in the system.
Well, I got a new phone, and now I know I'm not the first person to ever get a new iPhone.
Yeah.
So I know there has to be a way for me to get in my email, but Denny's can't figure it out. And if Denny's can't figure it out, that means it's nearly impossible for any layman. Denny's figures out everything. So I think I have to march this up the corporate flag, and I don't have time for that.
I hear you. It's amazing how just one technical glitch, at least for me and what we do, can completely derail my day. It's anything that throws off my schedule, and then, you know, we were talking about the anger issues earlier about what it does to the blood vessels. We saw that, and Tuesday was one of those days, man. We had a meeting that just threw everything off for me, and my whole day I was running from behind, and I couldn't catch up.
Because I live alone, sometimes I'll just group text you guys. If I'm working on a project and there's a technical glitch and I just like on hour 3 and it fucks me.
Yeah.
Guys, technology's the worst. This fucking thing. And
I'm not okay.
I can't keep it to me. I have to get it out. If not, the tech rage will kill me.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, no.
Kevin holds it in. I think that's the problem. You need to let it out more, Kevin.
I let it out on Tuesday. I broke a chair. So.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for you.
That's healthy.
Fuck that chair.
Yeah. It was old and ugly anyway.
Good.
It can bring out I know it brings out the worst in me.
And you feel bad after.
I do. I feel stupid.
It
immediately feel stupid.
You shouldn't feel stupid. You needed that.
It is. It is tough. You know, I'll tell you. We were talking about this earlier on the show. How we've created a Zen room here. And
I want a rage room instead.
The problem for me with anything, and you know, with the meeting that we had the other day, is all I hear in my head is tick, 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 tick. I just hear time ticking away, and I know everything I have to do. And we're held accountable to all these numbers, and man, they are always throwing them in my face. And they're like, hey, your numbers are down in this category. You know, and there's about 10 different platforms now we have to worry about. It's not just radio ratings and podcast downloads and social media numbers, but they hit me with all these other things. And like, Kevin, you're down here. I'm like, well, you motherfuckers had me in a 2-hour-long meeting on Tuesday. I'm like, I got a lot of shit.
I'm struggling.
Right.
As a man, as a husband, as a human, already Kevin is struggling to keep his head above water, but nobody understands and nobody cares, and that's the corporate way.
And that's what the struggle is. So when I hear of a Zen room, I'm like, that would be great, but I would be so stressed if, say, you put me in a Zen room for 10 minutes, it would be so traumatic for me. I would be turning into the opposite of Zen. And so, and I think a lot of people are probably like that in whatever their job structure is that you have a ridiculous amount of tasks that can't be done realistically in the time allotted to us by God. And that creates stress and pressure. And so,
not a lot of people will ever understand the amount of stress and pressure you're under. Me and Jay Bird get it because we're sitting here and we're watching you melt.
Yeah.
But I just don't think anybody in management is ever going to get it.
No, I would imagine they
because they don't do it.
Yeah, and it's tough, you know. And eventually, I'll probably have a conversation and say, look, guys, I don't want to be that, oh, he's too good he can't ever, he just, and that's usually what happens.
That is the conversation.
And people are like, he's such a diva and all
he's
this
too
stuff.
good for us. He doesn't ever
Right.
talk to nobody. He's an island.
Yeah.
We've been yelled at in meetings that we are an island, but it's for a purpose.
It's just, and that's what I would just say, look, understand that every day it is a sprint. It is a race to try to get done what you have to get done. And I know you guys enjoy when we hit our marks on all of our levels.
Of course.
And I said, that can't happen. I said, you have to put work into doing it. It just doesn't. I don't have radio fairies that, are making all this stuff happen. We all have our own tasks, Denny's, Bird, everybody's, Virginia, everybody's loaded down with stuff. And so it's all good. And I understand the intent of it, but it's just, I think they have to understand is that, hey, everybody's job's different here and everybody's job's very important. But, I'm not sure that everybody has the same level of workload. And so that to me is where it's like, it's fun. It's good in theory.
Look, the crown is heavy, Kevin.
I hear you.
You wear it, and with it comes a lot of stress.
Yeah, and so every now and then I break a chair. But I don't know what the other side of it is. So, because they're you don't take any of the pressure off. It's like you can't just say, well, I'm not going to do that. It's just the way it goes, right?
Oh, collectively as a show, our mental health is terrible.
It's not great.
We could use a little therapy right now.
Oh, no doubt. Absolutely.
I think it would be good for us.
Well, yeah.
I can call Dr. Adams. He quit on us that last time, but we're in a different place.
To me, it's like I think it's just a matter. I'm honestly I'm fine. It's just knowing how much you have to do and look, I even with our staff, I always try to talk about, hey, you got to have a realistic cutoff, of how much you can do and the amount of a day. And I think that's where maybe sometimes, and it's not their fault because they're not in it every day, but I think from a corporate perspective, they see everything that's there and now they really do watch us and compare us and make sure that we're hitting our marks on so many different levels. At the same time, you don't have the staff you need to hit those marks at all those levels.
Right.
You're
still expected to exceed what you did last month, but you have less people to help you get there.
Yes. And,
tough.
As you're all aware, we're fortunately going to be losing suits soon. And so, those are the kind of things where it's like we need to be adding to achieve, not subtracting. So that adds a little bit more.
It does.
Onto the plate. Enough of my problems, though.
But if you hear like a little bit in our voice, like, that's why.
It is. And I would just say to everybody else here, look, I honestly did enjoy the meeting on Tuesday. I loved hanging out with everybody.
I
It was
did
fun
too. If that would have been on a Saturday afternoon with cocktails, I could have actually got way more into it.
Right. If I didn't have the strain and pressure of, okay, I got a ton of crap I got to do.
For a show tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. Then it would have been lovely. But that's just what it is. Yeah. So you take 20 minutes of my day. It's like, oh, man, something's got to go. So it is what it is. I do appreciate all the emails that we got in here. Lots of good, helpful advice, especially if you're trying to find pizza for your Star Wars party that you got on Saturday for May the 4th. Jaybird has gotten some great suggestions here. I emailed you and Denny some of the top suggestions, and they were relatively close to where you guys are going to be. You guys are going to be just a little bit north of Atlantic in Pompano on Federal for this Star Wars event. And you were looking for hopefully a place to go grab some pie. And close to where you're going to be, people had suggested Rico's Pizza and Umberto's Pizza. Those are two that we had on the regular show.
I've heard of Umberto's.
Is it Umberto's? Any relation to Umberto's? I'm making it Spanish. It's not. It's Italian.
Okay.
But there's an Umberto's on Mulberry Street in New York City in Little Italy.
It very well could be, because I know that West Palm Beach is getting what was ranked by somebody as the #1 pizzeria in America. It's coming into that Nora district. And so that is happening a lot now as we're getting more and more New Yorkers, and not like we didn't have only a few before. But yeah, they want their pizza. And so pizza places in New York, regarded as some of the best, are definitely moving down into South Florida. In fact, Angie in Hollywood said, yeah, Umberto's is all over. There's one in Boca, too. So.
Okay. I think I've heard that before. But I'm down to try anything.
Mm-hmm.
I am too, especially I love a chain that started small as one spot and now they've grown, but they're still locally managed, locally run, same people, same ethics, same plan, same menu. Mm-hmm. When they sell out, that's when it gets tricky. But if you can still manage it and you just now have multiple locations, I love that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Some of the suggestions that we got here, Lydia said, best pizza in Pompano Beach is Big Louie's Pizza on Federal Highway, just south of Copans Road. Best pizza and garlic knots.
I mean, me and Denny's we got a big day. We're not sure if the little guy's going with us or not. Baby Lachlan. That's a long time for the baby.
It is, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a long drive. We do want to dress him up, though.
Aww. If you dress him up, you've got to share pictures and video with us.
Yeah, we may dress him up anyway. I was already looking at Star Wars and what.
Even if he doesn't go, just have him ready to.
Yeah, for the pre-game.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be great for us socials. People would love to see that.
Oh yeah. In fact, I got to give an update. I haven't given an update in a minute of Baby Lachlan, so I'll do that on social media.
Yay.
Domenico said, if you want good pizza in Pompano, go to Sicilian Oven. It's just north of Copans Road on Federal Highway. Okay, sounds like they got a lot of places there. Also, we got a mic drop from Robert with a place.
This is Robert, and I want to tell you about a place down in Pompano Beach off of Federal Highway. It is called Zuccarelli's, and I can tell you they've been there for years, but they don't get the recognition they should. They've got some just old school guys who make the pizza, and I think you and Denny's would really love it. So if you guys are looking for a great pie, check out Zuccarelli's.
So there's a Zuccarelli's here in Palm Beach County off Okeechobee Road, and it's been around forever.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's the same type of place. My mom and Aunt Ann loved Zuccarelli's, and I'm wondering if it's the same.
I bet
guys.
it is. There's a Zuccarelli's when we were going down to Fort Lauderdale to Cardinal Gibbons High School. And it was right across, right when you pull out of Cardinal Gibbons High School, there's a Zuccarelli's there. So I assume that
Cardinal Gibbons sounds like a made-up name that Jaybird came up with.
Yeah, like Gibby Darlington.
I played baseball with a guy that went to Cardinal Gibbons. It's a weird name.
It is a weird name. Really good at sports, though.
They are. They're always good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to go to Broward. If y'all are out there,
it's fun. Yeah,
come on by. We'll let you know what time we'll be out there. We'll probably be out there for an hour or two.
What's the name of the place where you're going?
It didn't look like it had a name. It just had an address on it, which makes me think, am I just going to someone's house?
What's the address? I'll backward search it.
Let me see here.
Because if people can meet up with you, I know, I make fun of Star Wars, but there are a lot of Star Wars fans that would like to go see you guys in Broward.
It says the Comic and Toy Show, May 4th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., 1801 Northeast East.
What? What are you saying, Lisp?
My lisp came through. 1801 Northeast 6th Street, Pompano Beach. And it's got artists, vendors, food trucks, and cosplay. It says the Pompano Beach Toy Con. But it doesn't
Emma Lou Olson Civic Center. Okay, so it's the Civic Center there by the Pompano Beach Amphitheater.
Oh, okay. So it's like a big thing.
I've been there. If this is the same spot.
It's a big thing.
Is this where they used to have a craw debauchery, which was a crawfish fest that they used to do in Broward?
Oh, this is the part where you asked Kevin some...
You talking about the Pompano Beach Amphitheater?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do some things there. Like John Offerdahl has his gridiron grill off.
Yes. I think this is the same spot.
They've got room for it there. Mm-hmm.
Is it small or big?
It's big.
They've got space around it, and a lot of times they'll do events that aren't necessarily in the amphitheater. So the grounds, the area around it,
the grassy area is big because you had a whole entire crawfish festival there with 2 different stages and all kinds of vendors.
Yeah, they do events there, no doubt. Mm-hmm. Pompano Park.
Okay, all right, all right, it makes sense.
I don't know.
I don't either. I said that just to kind of get out of it.
You've had some people throwing out some Captain Crust ideas. I know, Jay Bird, you're talking about your pizza alter ego, and I think they're using AI or whatever you use these days. So,
I love it.
the power pizza.
The logo is already set, and I'm very, very happy with it.
Mm-hmm. There's
So I like those as fucking pictures.
Yeah.
Cool.
Captain Crust.
Yeah.
I love that they're doing that.
Yeah. It's fun stuff. So
That
if you
is.
need those for something.
I love that.
My buddy designed the logo, and I'm pretty pumped with how it came out. But these are awesome too.
Those are fabulous too.
I do like the red and yellow. I was concerned about Ronald McDonald or Hulk Hogan.
I think it's the way to go, honestly.
Red and yellow.
Yeah.
It's pizza cheese and it's pepperoni and it's so like it's sauce, it's cheese. It's so on point.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think it's a solid play, Bird.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be a cape involved. People were asking, is there gonna be a cape? Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Gotta have a cape.
Gotta have a cape.
Gotta have a cape.
Lakeland Ashley said, I was just wondering if any of you ever been to a Kava bar. We just had one open up in trendy Lakeland. I'm telling you, look out, Lakeland. They're getting trendy up there.
I've been. So there's one in Abacoa, Island Root Kava Bar.
Mm-hmm.
And I drank the kava and I felt like I was a little loopy. Like it's not an alcohol buzz. It burns kind of like I had too many White Claws.
Oh, wow. Okay. Gosh, I hate that feeling.
It's a weird high.
It's a weird high, but I'm not saying it was bad or good. I'm just saying I was confused.
She said, if you don't know, it does not have any alcohol, but it gives you a similar buzzed feeling. It is some type of root that is brewed. There's no risk of drug or DUI since you're not inebriated in any way. The bar we went to did have a CBD-infused drink as well. It would obviously come up on a drug test, I think, but I do not have that one. I was just wondering if you guys have experienced this and what you thought. The bartender said she has been sober for 3 years thanks to Kava. Okay. I don't know.
I mean,
another way, we're all trying to get high, right?
just
Yeah.
replace one thing with and then
Get high
the
and
other.
go to our own Zen room.
Whatever it takes to get you there.
I don't hate the idea of pitching the rage room as well.
Yeah, it's just, look, if you're pressed for time and you need to relieve yourself.
Well, that's why some people spar.
And I don't mean I'm going in there to take a shit. I mean, I'm going in there to smash some stuff up and walk right out. Yeah, that could be great.
Well, I remember you doing a story a long time at Radio Station 1 where people were using that as a form of therapy, going into smash rooms to get out their aggression. It's kind of like the same concept of punching the pillow.
Yeah, it does. It helps.
Maybe the clown.
I felt a lot better after I broke the chair.
You kind of do.
Well, yeah, it's like, all right,
as long
I
as
needed
no one
that.
sees you do it.
Yeah, everybody's in bed. I was
Kinda
still
like
up
the tree-
working, yeah.
The tree that falls in the forest. If no one sees you break the chair.
This is all good. One comment that Virginia had today was about the charger cables have changed again for Apple. And she went on to go on a dissertation about how Steve Jobs is in hell. Brian said, Apple didn't purposely change the charging port. The European Union passed a law requiring all phones to have a universal charger by 2024. So Apple had to switch to USB-C.
Oh, how
Steve
convenient.
Didn't do it. Steve didn't do it.
How convenient that they had to switch it because they had switched it in the first place, so now they had to switch it back. They probably knew this law was coming. They probably made this law get pushed through. Are you kidding me right now, Steve?
Signed AI zombie Steve Jobs.
He probably is. His soul somehow living on in some kind of...
He's got some kind of consciousness through some kind of a device.
Right. It'll be revealed one day. Be like, wow.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. We're going to see Steve Jobs again.
Monica said, Kevin, you were talking about the New York district attorney that evaded the speeding ticket, continued to drive home even though she was clocked doing a 55 and a 35, and then was nasty to the cop that was trying to give her the ticket and even called his boss and put him on the phone and tried to act like she was above the law. You did play about the first 25 seconds of her apology the other day, but she says, I think you need to listen to the entire thing. She says no excuses, and then she proceeds to give a litany of reasons why she was having a bad day.
Excuses.
Definitely not a 9 like you gave it out of 10. I would give it a 3 at best. She's only sorry that the body cam got leaked. And she looked like a total bitch to everybody.
I mean, that is the only reason why she's sorry, because she wasn't good. She would have apologized ever if she could have gotten away with that. How do you not know that's not going to go viral too, by the way?
Probably just not thinking through all of it. Yeah, it's a lot. And, she was probably in a moment where she needed a rage room, and she's rage driving, and then she gets pulled over, and then she's just in that, look, if you got a lot going on, you get stressed. Yeah, sometimes you become a version of yourself you're not real proud of. And hers was caught on camera, and it looked terrible. It's rough. So I honestly thank God there are many times when I'm busting chairs that I don't have a camera on me.
There's been some shit on camera that doesn't look good for me. So,
yeah,
I mean,
that's true. Interesting revelation that we had on yesterday's show of 40% of our KVJ TV moms don't even care to see their kids on Mother's Day. I was stunned by that because I figured all you would want is just a sweet day with your kids gushing over you and all you do. But a lot of moms saying, you know what, no, I'm just kind of over it. A day of peace would be awesome. And Mandy said, my only gift I ask for Mother's Day is actually no kids, period. I can entertain myself. I see them every day. Let me miss them. Wow, that's her Mother's Day request. I don't want any kids.
Look, if you want to honor Mama, ask her what she really wants and then give it to her.
Yeah.
Every mom is different.
I hear you. I'm stunned at how big the number is, and I'm so surprised by that thought. And I'm not judging. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just surprised of that level of the emotion and the amount of moms who are like, yeah. You know what? Give me a day off. I don't even want to see them little bastards.
Keep in mind, too, not everyone loves being a mom. Just because you have a kid doesn't mean you have to automatically love being a mom.
There are moments when you're a mom when you absolutely hate being a mom. And that's okay. And that's real. And that happens to all moms.
Yeah. And look, a lot of ladies are going in on me. Be like, why does it surprise you? I don't get that. And I think you're right. Angie said a dad wouldn't get it. Because
that's not true either, though. There's a, believe it or not, and I let it slide the other day.
Okay.
There's a
Bring
lot
it, Bird.
of there are hardworking single fathers out there too that are busting their dick literally, and I hate when we start doing the gender war shit. Not every woman's the same, and not every man.
Not
is
everyone,
the same.
but I will hand it to my wife, the queen. She does more taking care of the kids, always has, than I do. I give her mad respect because she does her job, is picking up our kid that goes to school way too far away, making sure he's on his train, getting his food, all this kind of stuff that she does. And so, yeah, I tip my cap to her. I think she does more in that respect than I do.
Most moms do. Most moms carry the weight.
And Bert is right. It's not every case, but there are a lot. And so for me, in my position, that's why it's hard for me to relate to it. Because all I would want I just love being with my kids.
And I think your wife would want to be with the kids.
I think she would be in the 60%. I agree.
Yes. She does not want to go off for a spa day by herself. That would actually not be fun for her.
Right. So in my own universe and sphere, I don't see it. So that's why it's harder for me to relate to it. But it's a big number. I'll respect it. It definitely opened my eyes to something I didn't know even existed.
Don't open them too big, though.
Yeah, you're going to freak everybody out. Scary ass fucking eyes.
I'll open them, but in a dark room. So pardon me, the monster's going to go hide himself.
Put on these glasses.
I just can't. I love your eyes.
I hear it's all good.
It's just a running joke now.
You got to do it. People expect it. Becky, kind of tipping the cap, Virginia, about reading to kids. She said, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I spend tons of time with my kids, but it's not always quality focused time, and I've noticed the positive feedback from reading with my daughter at night again. I used to, but we stopped. But we got back to it after you started talking about it. I noticed that she is now much more easygoing and cooperative in the mornings before school. I really think her love language is attention, so getting the one-on-one time with me at night where we snuggle and we read and we don't rush has been filling up her heart right before she goes to sleep. We have been having lots of side conversations about what she thinks while we're reading. Last night she picked a Dr. Wayne Dyer book.
Wow.
So, yeah, I had to take a picture to share with you guys.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I promise I put my phone on airplane mode right after I took this picture, and thank you for sharing your thoughts and humor with us daily. The KVJ show has positively impacted our family so many times over the years. So another reason we love and appreciate you guys. And the Wayne Dyer book is It's Not What You've Got, Lessons for Kids on Money and Abundance.
Wow.
It's so odd that that guy always ends up showing up in my life in weird times. And I'm not even kidding you. It happened yesterday. I was talking to a friend of mine about my room right now. It's got it's so unorganized, and it's really bothering me. And somehow we walked away and we started getting and talking about Wayne Dyer, and something fell, and then it was the Wayne Dyer's picture. It was one of his books that wasn't like that at all. We were talking about him, and then minutes later, something falls in his face. He goes, "Holy shit! There's Wayne Dyer right there."
Yeah.
All that stuff always happens to me for some reason when it comes to this guy. I've got so many little stories.
Yeah.
Well, you have a big connection with him too, because you got to sit down with him before he passed. You got to interview Wayne Dyer, and he's a guy that's very spiritual, has wrote lots of books and helps a lot of people.
And we share the same birthday too.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're locally connected as well, and they do so much great stuff for South Florida. Their family's still here. In fact, my wife knows his son-in-law. He came over with Wayne's grandkids when we were at Cardinal Gibbons. Go figure.
Shane?
Because they live in
they're really great.
They
people.
live in that area, yeah. So they got a golf cart and they tootle around there a little bit. But his foundation continues to go on, and they give so much money to so many good projects, and they do a lot of great stuff.
Every year they give to Little Smiles, and they say, "Tell Jay Bird this is because of him introducing Dad to Little Smiles."
What was crazy about that was he does big time interviews.
Yeah.
People would seek him out. He sought me out, which blew my mind because of the whole kidney thing.
Yeah.
He really was an awesome dude.
Game recognizes game.
That was a priceless interview you did.
You're on a spiritual journey too. He recognized that.
Well, I think we all should be, right?
Yeah, it was a very good interview too. So yeah, it's something we have on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, we do.
Panda shot it in an old studio back at our old radio station.
I was very nervous too doing. You'll see.
Hell yeah!
You'll see a nervous Jay Bird interview.
There's just those ones you don't want to blow it. You know. And
That's one of them.
Yeah.
That's your idol.
Yeah.
Yep. Another interesting little thing here is we were talking about the tanning pills that they're pushing on TikTok now, and it's all good. It sounds like actually, it may not be the worst thing because, it is essentially stuff that you're getting in vitamins. But of course, people are wanting to get darker. And so they're taking more because that's the rationale, right? But now I guess apparently they say if you do that too long, you're going to jack up your body. People are getting cramps and they're shitting their pants and and that's not a good thing.
Don't shit your pants.
No, don't. I mean, is it really worth a tan?
You'll have some tan in your pants.
Some tan.
Dark
pants.
tan.
You'll tan your pants. And it can cause some organ issues if you have too much. But it is a legit thing that you can eat the vegetables. Laura said, when I was a baby, my mom said I would only eat carrots and I was orange.
Aww.
She refused to take pictures of me because she said I looked freaky. But that was
it happens. It's real.
Yeah. So there you go. That's how it goes. Just kind of a little warning there. This is some interesting information from Manuel. He said, listening to the show you guys did back on April 11th, you guys were talking about cologne, how much it costs, and some of that stuff. I can't even believe how expensive some of it is. But I'm kind of a cologne expert, I consider myself. I got about 100 bottles from all ranges and prices.
Oh, my.
The one Virginia mentioned, Creed, it's very popular, and in part she's right. If you buy it retail, you pay about $450. You can buy it online, get it for around $200.
I don't trust anything online like that, though, because I don't know how fresh it is.
Okay.
I don't want mine to be all stale and smell like Grandpa from 3 years ago.
Aqua Velva.
Yeah.
He said there's colognes you can get, though, for around, and not cologne,
Clone.
colognes.
C-L-O-N-E.
A clone of a cologne, yeah. You can get it for around $30 and smell about 90% identical.
Okay.
You only get a minimal rash. It goes away in 7 to 10 days.
You may or may not get COVID.
And it attracts bears.
But I tell you what, though, the discount, baby, you save some money.
You'll have an itchy crotch just out of nowhere. You'll be like, why?
And you'll be mauled to death.
By the way, don't put perfume or cologne on your dick or your parts.
Did you learn by trial and error?
Just don't do it. Yeah.
Tell me what happened.
When you're younger, you try things out and you learn quickly. No, don't put that there.
Nobody wants to hook up with a guy with a dick rash.
Or just that smells like, you walked into a bathroom right when the club gets going. Just so much cologne.
Club de Nuit. is the one you can get. It's a popular one. Intense Man. Club de Nuit Intense Man. Maybe Bird could get it and compare it with your husband Panda's cologne.
I don't know if I've been trying out that Tom Ford one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
Which
the
one? Do you know? Because what is it? Is it fucking fabulous?
No.
Is that what they call the one?
That's not the one he has. He's got one that says Black Orchid on it.
I brought it
right.
in, and my
Okay.
sister got it for me. As I think it smells good. I think it would smell good on somebody else. I feel like some body chemistries don't mesh. And
That's
I,
true.
I like
Yeah,
a cleaner, like a is that the right way to say?
Everybody's
for cologne,
yeah.
cleaner, showery smell.
Yes, you like a clean, fresh, crisp scent. I think that Black Orchid is a little bit more like dark and musky and I don't know.
I don't like it.
Floral, but yet darker, which is not
Yes.
the way you're going.
But I think again that would smell good on somebody else, though.
I think it's all about your pheromones.
I think it
and
is.
some people's react to certain fragrances weird.
That was one thing I did notice when I did have COVID. It fucked up my smell for perfumes and colognes. It really attacked that. From everything smelled, no matter what it was, fresh out the box smelled like it was rotting.
Really?
Like a rotting cologne. Yes, it was weird.
Whoa.
And then when my smell came back,
Yeah.
it went away. It didn't smell like that anymore.
Huh.
Yeah, I've heard that kind of stuff. That people have had
I have no idea why.
Yeah, it's kind of odd. Yeah, my wife, lost her smell during COVID, and she doesn't have it back. But the weirdest thing, she can smell marijuana, and it's legit. And she smells it before anybody else. It's like the only thing she can smell is marijuana.
And then you see me and Denny's in the backyard filming you.
Yeah.
She's like, I know they're here.
You think it's those rats? It's me and Denny.
It is those rats.
You're right.
Little hippie rats.
Yeah.
Rats got tie-dye shirts on.
I can still be a dirty hippie with my haircut.
Totally.
It's a spirit. It's a way of life.
That's right, it is. Virginia, you've got your daughter coming home from Florida State.
I do. She comes home today.
Okay, very nice. All right, so how does that change your lifestyle?
It's going to make things a little more hectic this summer.
Okay, she's back until September?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Well, till August. They go
August.
back in August.
Well,
then she'll be moving into the dorm, not the dorm, the sorority house.
Okay, so no, what was that? What'd you nickname that girl?
Cricket.
Cricket, okay.
Cricket's her roommate, the one that put crickets in her last roommate's bed.
Yes.
The one that was terrorizing that last roommate.
No
and then
more of this girl then.
Cricket is gone as of today. Cricket's out of our lives.
Wow. And just
Okay.
like that,
Wow.
crickets.
The Cricket chapter. That'll be, if you were writing out Magnolia's book, would you have a chapter just called Cricket?
I would talk
Okay.
about cricket because there's some stuff that I haven't even talked about cricket
Well,
yet.
this is Mag's cricket era.
It is. It is. And it's over.
It's
Thankfully.
over. Thank goodness.
I mean, cricket will still be going to FSU, so she might see cricket out and about,
Yeah.
but they do not run in the same circles at all.
It's all good,
But
then.
it's a big campus.
Yeah.
Unlike every college I went to. Other than FAU. FAU was big, sort of, when I was there.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
every other
it's
college
growing.
might have college life. Every college is the size of a
You like to
parking
pick a
lot.
small school that's really expensive.
Yeah, no, that really kind of is my MO.
All righty. Well, we've only got one more day. Tomorrow is getting us into a big weekend with Sunfest and Formula One and Miami and
The Kentucky Derby.
yeah, and Star Wars.
May the 4th.
May the
God.
4th, a lot of stuff going on. So we got a lot to get to tomorrow. Make sure you are here. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you back here on Friday.